I want to greet our colleagues in the Indonesian Parliament, the DPR, particularly the chairman of Commission 7, Pak Sugeng, and the other colleagues who are here with me to help launch this week-long effort, which is going to involve members, but it's also going to critically involve staff, and that's been a real strength, as far as I'm concerned, of USINDO, the USINDO organization, and the programs that David has just described. We realize, I think all of us in parliaments realize that we can't do it alone, and that so much of what we do and the quality of what we do is dependent very much on the professional staff, the people who are there every day working on the issues and trying to sort through what kind of policy responses are indicated. So this is unusual. I don't know of too many organizations like USINDO around the world, or too many relationships like the one we're going to celebrate this week, as we collaborate at a very granular level, collaborate on the very details of how renewable energy policy has been implemented around the world, and what Indonesia now will do through this parliamentary leadership.
Don't regulate the price. Don't regulate technology. Create by regulation policy a competitive advantage that whatever technology, whatever process is most viable, that wins in the social economic outcome.
It would probably be in Indonesia's benefit or interest to allow multiple resources to compete to match or even lower the cost of electricity produced from conventional fuels.
We think Indonesia is just in such a good position to really shift the clean energy portfolio and to honor the commitments that you've made to the Paris Agreement and meet those nationally determined contributions. We acknowledge that there is coal as an indigenous resource in the country, and that's tricky. We're happy to see efforts to clean up the coal plants and do whatever we can to sort of focus on the full impacts of fuels and look at the full externalities and life cycle costs.
Energy policy is really climate change policy, and climate change policy does not stand alone.
And my task is to talk about renewable energy policy around the world and draw lessons for Indonesia.
I'd like to first start off by just kind of giving you an overview of the importance of climate change and mitigating the effects of it and doing some preparedness work on this. This is a key issue for the Biden-Harris administration. Of course, one of the first efforts that this administration took was to rejoin the Paris Climate Accords. But also you can see that the importance of climate has percolated throughout the interagency. So we have climate czars, we have, of course, Secretary Kerry leading the major effort as the special envoy for climate. And the D.F.C. itself has a new climate office. We have a chief climate officer, a deputy, and we're looking to further grow that office, which I think really demonstrates the importance of what climate change and building resilient systems for that mean to us.
I want to start off by thanking the U.S.-Indonesia Society for not just what you have done tonight to put together this wonderful dinner for the minister, in honor of the minister, but really for what you have done for so many years to really bring together, I think, some of the best in Indonesia, in the United States, and strengthen the circle of friends of Indonesia in the United States. As a diplomat for 30 years, one of the things that I have come to really realize is that the single most important thing for our effectiveness in virtually every place that I've served is the degree to which there is a constituency and support for the relationship in the United States. And the work that the U.S.-Indonesia Society has done to strengthen, I think, a large constituency. There are many people who are interested in Indonesia, who care about Indonesia, who recognize the importance of the relationship. But the work that the Society has done, I think, is truly impressive, and I really want to commend you for your work. I mean, I believe very strongly that your work, Minister, has been very good for the United States. We have a tremendous stake in Indonesia's success, and the leadership that you have brought, the work that you have done to strengthen Indonesia's economic circumstances, to stabilize and then really build on the tremendous success that you had done in your first stint on Indonesia's finances and on the really investing for the future is tremendously beneficial for us.
The topic of today is about the Indonesia economic outlook as well as development priority as we are going to become the presidents of the G20 meeting, which is starting this December, in which we will start with deputy meeting. In Indonesia, that means, first, of course, human capital. So when David Boblik mentioned about LPDB or education, the human capital is very, very critical. Everybody agree about that. The question is how you are going to address the issue of human capital to improve it. Because you can say in a rhetoric level, human capital important, full stop. Or human capital is important, comma, how we are going to do it. And that is exactly the issue that we are now addressing. Because Indonesia spent 20% of our budget for education, mandatory by our constitution. And at that time, we then decided we should use this money wisely. And that's how we start with the LPDP. But that's require a lot of work to make this capital have the confidence to come to Indonesia, to stay in Indonesia, to work, and then to generate return, revenue and return for both the investors as well as the economy. And that's what we call it, the investment climate reform. We use the crisis to even trigger the reform. So we never waste the crisis. So that leads to my last issue, that is our topic, which is related to the chairing of the G20 or the presidency of Indonesia. Of course, taking over from the Italy, and then now it's going to be in Indonesia, we have to create the right balance in terms of the topic. What is the issue which is most important? There is an important which is globally also shared by all. Indonesia chose the theme for the G20, recover together, recover stronger.